The Transportpanzer I Fuchs, or Fuchs, was introduced to the Bundeswehr in 1979 as an armored personnel carrier, or APC. It quickly became a resounding success among NATO partners and allied nations thanks to its versatile array of configurations. The Fuchs's future-proof design and open architecture allowed the 6x6 wheeled APC to be optimized for various purposes, including infantry transport vehicle, ambulance, engineer vehicle, command center, artillery observer, and even electronic warfare center. The Fuchs was so successful that it led to a fully-fledged amphibious variant capable of traversing rivers and lakes at speeds of up to 8 kilometers per hour. Additionally, the U.S. Army adopted a nuclear, biological, and chemical model to gather and analyze hazardous materials. Today, the upgraded Fuchs 2 variant features even greater capabilities, transforming the vehicle into a cargo transport with a load capacity exceeding 3 tons. Moreover, the platform is fully compatible with the entire Fuchs family of vehicles, further enhancing its utility and versatility as it looks into the future. Armored personnel carriers. An armored personnel carrier, or APC, can be best described as a type of military vehicle designed to transport troops and equipment to combat zones. In November 1990, the Treaty on Conventional Armed Forces in Europe, or CFE, defined an APC as, quote, an armored combat vehicle which is designed and equipped to transport a combat infantry squad and which, as a rule, is armed with an integral or organic weapon of less than 20 mm caliber. APCs share similarities with infantry fighting vehicles, or IFVs, because both types of vehicles can carry and transport armed personnel. However, they lack the powerful armament and armor necessary to directly engage the enemy in combat. Origins of APCs can be traced back to the period following World War I, when armored vehicles, particularly tanks, were used effectively for the first time in a global conflict. And during World War II, all major militaries employed land-based and amphibious vehicles that operated similarly to contemporary APCs. Some notable examples include the German Sonderkraftfahrzeug 251 half-track and the American M3, used by the Allied forces. When World War II ended and the imminent threat of a sudden Soviet invasion of Western Europe loomed on the horizon, during the early years of the Cold War, the United States and its allies came up with specialized APCs. The tactical purpose of these vehicles was to swiftly and safely deliver troops and supplies to the front lines, preventing Soviet forces from overwhelming Western European nations. The U.S. created successors to the World War II LVT, such as the M113 APC, which was produced in large quantities for NATO partners. Meanwhile, the USSR and the Warsaw Pact introduced several iterations of the successful Brunner Transporter, or BTR series of APCs. In 1955, West Germany's army, the Bundeswehr, was established as the Soviet Union grew increasingly powerful and threatening. The US and NATO permitted the German military industry to partially revive and develop new vehicles, weapons, and defensive systems for use against communist forces. Then, by the late 1960s, the Germans had followed the trend of IFVs and APCs developed by NATO and the Warsaw Pact and sought a vehicle that struck a balance between mobility, protection, and carrying capacity. Transportpanzer Fuchs 1. The Bundeswehr's objective was to develop an APC that utilized as many commercially available components as possible, creating a cohesive family of vehicles with interchangeable parts. This family of vehicles would include various 4x4, 6x6, and 8x8 wheel designs, and a successful APC would be cost-effective and enable the Bundeswehr to repurpose parts from damaged vehicles in need of repair. Following extensive testing and evaluation of multiple prototypes, Daimler-Benz and Thyssen-Henschel, later known as Rheinmetall, introduced the Transportpanzer I, or Fuchs, in 1979. Also known as the Fuchs, this 6x6 armored personnel carrier featured an all-welded armored steel construction, weighing 17 tons and measuring 6.8 meters in length, 2.98 meters in width, and 2.5 meters in height. Moreover, its monocoque design and non-distorting steel plates provided excellent protection against small arms fire, mines, and shrapnel from hand grenades and other explosives. The APC accommodated up to 14 soldiers, or a maximum supply load of 3,000 kilograms. The driver and commander sat on the right and left sides of the vehicle, each with a door for immediate access and exit, while the troops and cargo accessed the rear compartment through a rear-mounted pillarless double door. Furthermore, its windshields and windows were bulletproof and featured armored shutters, and when the windscreen was shuttered, the driver could see through a periscope or a light intensifier for night operations. Fox variants. The Fox's armament is relatively light. 2 hatches in the cabin roof allow the commander to fit either a 7.62mm M63 machine gun, a 120mm mortar, a Milan anti-tank missile, or a 20mm cannon. Moreover, the commander has access to a bank of 6 smoke grenades mounted on the left side of the hull for defensive purposes. A Mercedes-Benz Model OM402A V8 diesel engine powers the Fox, providing 320 horsepower at 2,500 revolutions per minute. This enables the vehicle to reach speeds of up to 105 kilometers per hour and achieve an estimated range of over 800 kilometers. The Fox is also fully amphibious, capable of traversing rivers and bodies of water at speeds exceeding 8 kilometers per hour, with 2 4-bladed propellers mounted on the side of the hull at the rear. More than 1,236 Fuchs APCs were manufactured between 1980 and 2001. About 1,000 were delivered to the Bundeswehr, while others were sold to the United States, Algeria, Israel, the Netherlands, Turkey, and other countries. Several variants were developed to accommodate different purposes, such as ambulance, engineer, and command center models, while other specialized versions were designed for reconnaissance, air defense, and counter-IED roles. APE and M93 models. The APE, or Amphibische Pioneer-Erkundungs KFZ, was one of the most recognizable variants of the Fox. It was an amphibious engineer reconnaissance vehicle with enhanced capabilities for crossing lakes and rivers. The APE's primary purpose was to explore river shores and river beds to determine whether main battle tanks, such as the Leopard, could safely disembark. To accomplish this task, the APE was equipped with specialized tools for measuring ground type, width, depth, and speed of rivers and streams. The American M93 Fox NBC armored reconnaissance vehicle, based on the original German variant, was developed for gathering and collecting battlefield reconnaissance pertaining to nuclear, biological, and chemical, or NBC, contamination. Over 120 Fox NBCs were delivered to the U.S. Army and Marine Corps, with many of them seeing action during the opening stages of Operation Desert Storm. Developed by General Dynamics, the M93 Fox retains the distinctive hull of the original while incorporating an NBC reconnaissance system. This platform includes the M21 remote sensing chemical agent alarm, chemical agent monitor, MM1 mobile mass spectrometer, and other sensors. Fuchs 2. Following its deployment with German Kosovo Force troops in Macedonia and Kosovo, Rheinmetall began trials for the Fox 2 APC in early 2001. The Fox 2 boasts several enhancements over its predecessor, particularly its adaptability for various combat or support roles. With increased mobility, expanded interior space, improved driving capabilities, and digital architecture, the Fox 2 is designed to remain relevant well into the future. Like the Fox 1, the successor is also built on the same platform as the TPZ Fuchs family of vehicles, affording greater flexibility when implementing mission-specific kits and upgrades. According to Rheinmetall, the Fox 2 will remain serviceable for over 20 years, providing comprehensive technical and logistical support to ensure the constant availability of spare parts. Thank you for watching Dark Tech. If you enjoyed our video, don't hesitate to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. With so many new technological advancements on the horizon, you won't want to miss out. And make sure to browse our other Dark Documentaries channels to stay up to date with many more exciting stories from modern warfare. Stay tuned.